Yeah, first of all, Greg, just what does John mean to this group here, filling in for Julian out there?
Yeah, John's he's a stabilizer. He's a guy you kind of always know what you're going to get every single game. He's going to play right in that steady sort of seven, where he's going to help you keep possession. He's going to make really good defensive plays. He'll make the odd sort of attacking moment, but that's not really what he's out there for. But he certainly brings some stability, some experience. Like I said, he understands the defensive side really well. So he helps to kind of balance things off from that regard. You can tell he's a veteran player, but you can also tell that his tendencies for a team that's very attacking minded, his tendencies are just a touch more defensive than attacking, which also can give us some balance. And he's done a great job of helping us out in that way. And when Julian was on, we were giving the green light to do a lot more attacking, to overlap, to invert and get inside in the gaps. And John, we've kept it a little bit more like structurally stable for him and just let him be him. And he's done a really, really nice job of stabilizing that side, especially in the absence of Julian. But he's done his thing in his way, which is what I think is important.
When you guys were bringing him in, was there other guys you were searching for? Why did he fit what you guys wanted to bring him in here?
Yeah, I mean, John was a guy because we needed just the things that we just talked about. We knew Julian was kind of an up-and-coming left back for us, that we were going to use Julian in ways that sometimes we'd use him in attacking ways, sometimes a little bit more defensive as we continued to develop him. But we needed what we might call like a steady Eddie, somebody who's been in the league, who knows how to play in our league, who understands the different variables of each game, and a guy who's done that, and a guy who what you're going to get on pretty much every single day. Because with Julian as a young player, you still might have ups and downs, and we needed a guy that we knew we could just count on in moments. And I think he's evolved a little bit with us. We play very different than St. Louis, which is where he was before. And so I think early on, just getting comfortable in what we were asking, and kind of going back to what I think might have been some of his roots prior. I think it just took him a little bit of time to settle into the group, but once he settled in and gained more confidence, again, I think we see him excelling in the things that he's good at, and that's been able to help us.
Some of your thoughts on St. Louis? Played them a couple of weeks ago? Well, before the break.
Yeah.
The League Cup break.
Look, no matter what whatever their it's just a few months ago.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, whatever their record is, they're still a hard team to play against. They've been built over the last couple of years with Hack, maybe a touch less, but they've been built to work against the ball. So they're hard to play against. They really crowd up the middle of the field with their front six. Their back four is very active defensively and really trying to get around and get to wide players. And so they're hard to play against. They're going to make you. They're going to have to make you break them down. They will look for their moments to really press and be aggressive, and I think they're organized when they do that. They have some guys that can certainly punish you. I haven't seen a ton of them, but I think with Hack, they're looking at maybe a few more ways that they can use the ball a little bit better than in the past, where I feel like in the past they were pretty straightforward, pretty direct, looking for very specific direct transition moments. But I feel like at times now they will try to use the ball a little bit more. So we'll see. I mean, they were up in a tough place to play. They were up 4-2 up in Portland, and unfortunately for them, they couldn't hold on to it. But they certainly went to a tough place to play, and they put themselves on top of the game and gave themselves a chance. So like every game in our league, it's going to be a hard game. It's tough to go there. They have a great fan base, and it's a group that's going to have a lot of pride down the stretch, and it's going to compete. And as John said, Hack is a really good guy, and I'm sure those guys want to play for him and enjoy playing for him. And when you ever come across a team like that, they're always going to be difficult. So again, good players, good organization, good structure, and they're going to be difficult.
Let's go to Zoom. Rob, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, thanks so much for your time. We saw Dayan make the bench last match. What's the plan with him, especially in light of Ricky's absence? Are you trying to ease him in to the lineup, or might we see him from the get-go? Thank you.
Yeah, all good. Dayan was really kind of on the bench. We were never going to really intend to use him, to be honest. We didn't have 20 healthy, ready to go bodies, so he'd been working all week a little bit outside of the team, some with the team. And we put him on just to start integrating him into the group, but we knew we weren't going to use him unless really we had to. But being up, we didn't really need to. So this week the goal is to start to integrate him. He's been out for a while, so not likely that he would start. But we want to definitely start to get him involved, get him some match minutes, start to build up his match fitness. He's going to train within the group all training session all week, so this is going to be a really important week for him to take steps forward. And then we obviously after that have a bye week, which will give him more time to to train, get match fit, and get himself ready to really go for the final stretch. So, but it's good to see him out today in training and part of all the exercises, scoring goals, doing his thing.
Anything else? Tony, Andy, Daniel? If not?
I'm all good, thanks, Kev.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for your time, Greg.
Martin, he did a little training yesterday. Wasn't out today. We'll see where he's at tomorrow because just kind of managing him day to day. It's more of management than it is of anything else at this point for him. So we'll see where he's at.
Update on Julian?
Julian, he's on return to play. He'll be out on the field this week. Hopefully integrating into team training next week, and then hopefully as we return back from sort of the international break, I said bye, but international break week, hopefully he'll be ready to get some game minutes and get going. So we'll see. It's step by step with him right now. Good.
Daniel, you had a hand raise or no? You good?
Rob?
Rob has his hand raised, but I think he has got a question.
Hey, yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Greg. Quickly, just wanted to get your thoughts on the team has 52 points right now. I believe your previous best points total with the team was 50. So how does that feel to, keep progressing this team and making strides? And personally for you, what does that feel like? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. It's great. I think each year from the first year we were here, I don't remember our point total, but we missed the playoffs by goal differential on the last day. The next year, we get into the playoffs. We win the first round. We lose in a tough one down the street. The third year, I think, is, hopefully people are starting to see that just the amount of things that we were trying to manage through last year was just a touch overwhelming, and that got the best of all of us last year. But in the process of going through that, we were also able to have a vision for where we were going to go this year. We had to change some players. We had to get some not improve upon, but change our roster so that it fit kind of where we were going and what we wanted this thing to look like. And I think the guys have bounced back and have answered, the challenges of last year by just finding a lot of stability, a lot of, consistency. We've had our moments, but we've always bounced back pretty quick from the moments that we've had in this season where we've lost a game. We've bounced right back, and we've been able to again find that stability that you need. And now for us, it's not just about stability and consistency. Now it's about finding our top level and finding what it's going to take to not just be a very good team in the regular season, but continue to grow into what can be a championship contender in a knockout tournament, which is the playoffs. And so. As we get healthy, as we stabilize, as we go down the stretch in these last 7 games, the key is continue to take points, continue to position ourselves in the best possible way going into the playoffs. Winning the West would be the best possible way because then you ensure yourself at home playing in front of our great fans. And then we see what happens because the playoff tournament is always an interesting one, and it's it's kind of where you are in that moment in terms of your rhythm, in terms of where you're at as a group, in terms of health, in terms of all those things play into the playoffs. So, but right now we've got to just keep driving forward and keep improving upon the things we can and get ourselves ready for that. But I'm super proud of this group, and I'm happy with the team that we have, and I look forward to these final games down the stretch and seeing what we can do in the playoffs.
All right. Thanks for your time, Greg.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.